Hello, beautiful minds. This is Melodie's Mindcast, and I'm Melodie Wolter, and this is a Melodies Network production where we talk about mind, momentum, and human potential. Today's episode dives deep into a truth that has shaped so many lives. The pain of regret is worse than the pain of never trying. Think about that for a moment. Regret is not just an emotion. Neuroscience shows us it's a neural pattern etched into our memory, a repetitive loop that replays the choices we didn't make. It becomes a soundtrack of what ifs. And those what ifs weigh heavier than failure ever could. Failure hurts. Yes, it does. It stings in the moment. Our brain's threat system lights up and our body floods with stress hormones. But here's the difference. Failure heals. With reflection, it rewires into resilience. It becomes experience, wisdom, even fuel for growth. Trying and stumbling forward strengthens neural plasticity. It teaches your brain adaptability. Regret, though, is different. It lives in the default mode network of the brain, the system that spins when we're daydreaming or ruminating. That's why regret echoes. It resurfaces at night, in quiet moments, and anniversaries of missed chances. It whispers, what if you had said yes? What if you had shown up differently? What if you had tried? The pain of regret lingers longer than the pain of trying and failing because failing at least gives closure. Regret is the unfinished story. Let's ground this into a real life example. Imagine someone who has always wanted to start a business, paint, move to a new city, or say, I love you first, but fear won. They never tried, and years later, their brain remembers that choice not as a clean ending, but as a haunting question mark. Contrast that with a person who tried and failed. They might have scars, but they also have stories. They have wisdom. They can say, I gave it everything I had. And that truth frees the mind. So, how do we avoid the heavier pain of regret? It comes down to action. Small, imperfect, courageous action. Neuroscience shows us that action interrupts rumination. The moment you act, you shift the brain out of the passive regret loop and into a forward motion loop. That momentum rewires confidence. Here's a key takeaway. The pain of trying lasts for a season. The pain of regret lasts for a lifetime. Let that set in. If you want peace, choose the pain first, the temporary sting, and avoid the one that lingers forever. I like to guide you into brief visualization. All right, friends, close your eyes if you can and imagine two paths. On one path, you play it safe. You never leap. Years go by. Picture yourself looking older and looking back. How heavy does that feel? Now, imagine the other path. You leap. Maybe you stumble. Maybe you soar. But either way, you know. You lived. You tried. You honored the whisper of your soul. Let that image anchor inside you. Your future self is thanking you right now for even trying, for showing up, for being brave enough to risk. So, beautiful minds, today's invitation is this. Don't let the pain of regret be your story. Let the courage of your trying be your legacy. All right, friends, this has been Melodie's Mindcast, Melodie's Network production. And remember, you are not here to be perfect. You are here to be alive, to experiment, to express the full potential of your mind. Until next time, keep moving with momentum and keep unlocking your human potential. And remember to always be kind to your mind. All right, friends. If you'd be so kind to make sure that you subscribe to this channel, help me grow, and it would mean the world to me if you would connect with me on LinkedIn. It's totally free to set up a LinkedIn profile, and really it's the professional network, and I would just love to connect with you there and learn more about you.